Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Burning Rage here from nAvTV, and I hope you guys are having a fantastic morning this far. We are going to be kicking off the nAvTV Sunday Series March tournament shortly between Damage Control and the nAvTV side. And alongside, I have got rQ as my co-caster. rQ, you there?
Yes.
How are you doing, man? Are you quite amped for this this glorious day?
I am very well. I'm very amped. I am excited and a little bit nervous as well. 12 hours, so it's going to be a long day.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of estimated for it to be about 12 hours, but I mean the last Sunday Cup was about 13 odd hours. So yeah, you know, let's quickly just jump right into the game here. Your thoughts on this? Do you think this is going to be easy game for Damage Control? Do you think the nAvTV side is actually going to jump right at them and actually give them quite a decent game?
Look, I'd like to think that nAvTV is going to give us a good game here against Damage Control, but saying that the last Sunday Cup, the Sunday Cup that I was looking at, the one that we did in 2014, Damage Control actually went and won that. So, you know, I'm quite excited. Damage Control being a very, very good team, and nAvTV, I haven't really heard much of them. So I'm pretty excited. I hope this is going to be a good game, and also, yeah, upsets are always in the pool, man.
Yeah, look, I mean, the nAvTV side, I think one of the Sunday Cups, if I'm not mistaken, I think it was October, they actually, you know, upsetted quite a lot of teams there, but they didn't make it through to win it though. But still, I mean, having done that, I think that's a bit of a confidence booster for that side. Just looking at the overall kind of stats here, the players, you know, they still got the Void in there. I see that they've got Panda's playing now for them as well. I'm not too sure if it's actually an old player. I'll have to just quickly read up on them. But now, just quickly jumping to the DC side. Now they got that new addition to their team, which is nAvTV. What's your thoughts on that? You know, kind of moving from Flipside through now to Damage Control. Do you think he's going to be an impactful player for the team, or do you think it's just kind of like 3 months at the side, not sure if it's going to work out, you know, that type of scenario?
Well, look, definitely it is something to think about. I mean, having DC always been kind of a well-rounded team that's always, you know, been playing long together and all of that. Adding nAvTV, he is definitely, in my opinion, he's an asset. Coming over from, I think it was Energy, if I'm not mistaken.
He first went from Energy to Flipside, and then to Nav, and then from Nav to Flipside, then from Flipside to DC. So,
okay.
But yeah, it's primarily he came from Energy. He wasn't very long at Flipside though.
Yeah. So you know, we have to see. I mean, he has been doing well. The DGL games that I have watched and casted, nAvTV's been doing pretty well. I mean, he's always fragging. He's always getting the kills that mean the most. Not necessarily top fragging every single game, but he's getting the frags that are important, getting the entries or getting the rotator. You know, so definitely an impactful player. I think he's going to do well for DC in this game, or in this tournament rather.
Yeah, well, I'll have to just to double confirm, I mean, with our tournament administrator, just to check to make sure that nAvTV still actually does play for Damage Control. I am aware that the last time I cast the game was actually with DC in it, so yeah. I'm sure he still does play for them. But I'll just quickly confirm, just to make 100% sure, because there's been quite a lot of kind of swap outs recently from like a lot of teams, you know, kind of kicking out older players, putting in newer blood, you know, that type of scenario. So I think nAvTV is still in the side. I'm not saying he's not, but you never know. I mean, for the last 2 weeks that I've kind of been off from the casting scene, anything could have happened there. It's been the transfer window opened in the DGL, and now, of course, you know, the nAvTV Sunday Cup doesn't have a transfer window, so here, basically, they can just stick anyone in and just register them.
Definitely, you know. I do think, though, that I know that the nAvTV side, I'm not too sure what their background is, but I have caught 1 or 2 of their games. They were playing in the open division. So they must have made a roster change, because I know that they were playing, if I'm not mistaken, this is me talking under correction, that they were playing in Prem. So maybe the new additions to their team also going to make quite a difference.
Well, look, I mean, it'll be. I'm interested to see who's actually in their side now because I mean, Pandas and Slicks are two new names I haven't seen before on the side, and I don't know if it's older players in that team that's actually playing on the new nicknames. But let's stick with the new player idea here.
Yes.
Otherwise, looking at the newest side, I mean, you know that their background is very much from a Call of Duty perspective, so I don't know. I mean, you know, they've gone from strength to strength very, very well. They've performed well in a lot of cups and a lot of league games, etc. I don't think they played Premier League though, but they're definitely a Premier League worthy team. However, they have got, you know, they're stuck in the Open Div now. Just quickly talking about the Open Division. For them to get into Premier League, they're going to have to go up against the likes of EC and then, of course, TEG, who are very good, well-rounded teams as well. So, yeah, it's a difficult one to say, really. Like to see if the newest side are they going to be able to actually, you know, get to the Premier League. That's the first question. They are capable of doing so, but yet again, they have got newer players in as well. Because I mean, I remember guys like the Dota player for Bravado. What's his name? Leon Wong.
Yeah.
He basically played for the newest side for quite some time, and I don't know if he still does. I know Devoid actually is from Bravado as well for the Call of Duty side, but yeah, I mean we'll just have to wait and see, like going through the seasons to see, like, you know, how they perform as a team. Are they going to be able to give DC a run for their money this evening? Well, this afternoon or morning? I don't know. I'm just kind of just generalizing it again. I think so. I think it's going to be quite a tough one. I see Warhammy's playing though for DC. That's an interesting addition to the team. So maybe it's not the full lineup as expected.
Definitely. I mean, Warhammy is on their reserve list, so yeah, very interesting. I mean, does this mean that Warhammy's now in play? I don't know. We're gonna have to see and wait for everyone to actually be in the game to make a call on that one.
Yeah, yeah, it's hard to say right now. Maybe Nefan's not available, or maybe just one of the players aren't available at the time.
Yeah.
Because if I look at it, Hellhound and Star, the two brothers, they on Explicit. We'll have to wait and see if what's his name, Apocalypse or Gambit, aka Gambit, is available to play. Maybe he's not available to play, so that's why Warhammy's sitting in. Warhammy, in my opinion, is kind of like a seasoned veteran, but he does lack the skill compared to the rest of the team because he's been out of it for so long. So it's going to be difficult for him in the first couple of rounds to try and actually produce, I don't know, to produce. It's going to be hard for him to produce, like, you know, the goods straight off the bat. I think it will take him at least one game, maybe two, just to get into the flow of things, to actually start applying pressure from the one side. But yet again, maybe he's been practicing it up quite a bit and he's hitting some form, so that could also just change things up. So it's very difficult to say right now who's going to take this, but I'm just kind of speculating at the moment to try and see if we can maybe formulate some sort of a kind of idea as to who will walk over, like, well, which side will walk over which side this morning.
No, definitely. And I mean, also, it being an early game like this, I know just from a little bit of experience, you know, playing this early in the morning, having to wake up if you've had a long night of maybe scrimming or practicing behind you, and now waking up this early and having to concentrate on a whole tournament, it does put the players to the test in that respect as well.
Yeah, look, I don't know. I mean, it's going to be interesting to see. Look, the DC guys have got 3 core players in already, so we'll probably see that 5th or the 4th player arrive, depending who Warhammy will be substituting in this match. But okay, well, enough about speaking about these two teams here. Let's just quickly have a look at the other teams that actually have entered the competition. Looking at some big hitters here specifically. Bravado Gaming, of course, Energy Sports, they're there. Flipside as well. Then we've got EC that have also, you know, kind of shown head here. So it's going to be an interesting day today, I think. I think with the likes of Bravado, Energy, DC, Flipside, EC, all of them basically put into this competition, it's going to give us a very interesting result, I believe. I mean, it's hard to say who exactly is going to take it, but my money at the moment would probably sit on the energy team if they've got their full spec of players, or Flipside with the new addition of Dare there that's joined them in place of Nefan. I would like to see how Dare actually plays. That's the other thing.
Yeah, actually, I had the pleasure of casting a Flipside versus Ventus game, watching Dare play. He picked up an AWP, which I later then found out in the cast. I was expecting, I assumed that he was the AWPer for the team, but later found out that he actually wasn't. And oh my goodness, the plays that gentleman made were incredible. So I really think that he has been, he is an asset to that team, and he just performed that game. Obviously the only time that I've seen him play CS, he performed out of his socks, and he really did help his team to victory. I mean, he did a sterling job of keeping that team in the lead.
Yeah, look, I can agree with you there. Dare has always been that impact player. I think he did play for the Ventus team beforehand, so they kind of knew where he came from and what he's capable of. But what's good to see though is that okay, so it looks like Nefan is actually not playing in this game. I'll just have to double check exactly who are the registered list though from DC side. But Warham is taking that 5th position here. So waiting for one of the newest guys. But just quickly, just jumping back to guys like teams like Flipside or Energy or Bravado, and DC included. It's going to be an interesting one this afternoon. I mean, I do predict kind of Energy taking it if they line their first 5. That's the thing. If they don't line their first 5, it's going to be hard for them to actually maybe produce that top result. Because I did notice that Goals mentioned on a Facebook comment there that he said that Energy must bring it home, which could mean that he might not be playing. But I don't know. I mean, just give or take, Bravado also just in a boot camp session as well, so that's also going to help them out, producing some fantastic results this afternoon. I don't know, man. It's kind of like all up in the air at the moment.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, as you said, that boot camp gonna maybe help BVD, and I know, just looking at the groups here, if we look at Group C, which has Tackle Rain, Bravado Gaming, VNR, and Energy Esports. I mean, that's a big group. BVD and Energy gonna have to face off. One of them gonna drop into the lower brackets at some point in this game, or at some point in this tournament, because from them playing each other so early, it is, look, I say this, they are the two, in inverted commas, best well-known teams in South Africa at the moment.
Yeah.
So we're looking at one of them to show face, but then again, you look at a team like EC. I mean, they played against, I think it was Bravado about, I can't remember how long ago, but I mean, that game was something to watch. They went overtime. I think it was 30, something ridiculous, like four rounds of overtime or 4 halves of overtime. It was crazy. They really did show face there against Bravado. So, as you say, hopefully this is, they do show face again here in this tournament and do quite well.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm very keen to see the EC lineup as well, because I mean the EC lineup compared to DGC and now is like kind of I wouldn't say chalk and cheese, but just it is different, like quite a lot different. Because if you look at the Flipside team, they've got 2 of the ex-EC members there, Zio and Custom. I know, if I'm not mistaken, I know that Spoof is still remaining in the he still remains in the current EC lineup. But you see, this is the thing. I wanna see who else plays there. I know Kron is also an ex-DC player. He's also moved back to EC now. So yeah, look, those guys are good contenders to actually, kind of be in that top 4 position. But for the time being, I just think it's a case of we have to wait and see, because look, I mean, from my side, I haven't been looking at much of the CS games recently because of work commitments and so forth, and I've only been able to cast one particular DGL game thus far. But what I have picked up though is that you know, kind of that top expected top three teams have slightly changed. I mean, it's not just DC Bravado EN anymore. It's now DC Bravado Flipside and EN type of approach. There's a fourth one now. But then again, there's one team that sits in OpenDiv that could easily sit right in there in that top four position, and that's EC. So looking from last year where you had the top three basically kind of covered out quite nicely, this year I've noticed that it's a very more even playing field for those 5 teams now, making it easier actually for the other lower spec teams or the lower tier teams to actually get onto that level. The thing though is that those lower tier teams require 1 or 2 ex veterans or ex pro players type of type of story. Otherwise, it's just a little too difficult for them to actually get to that level. They need that experience there as well, at least from a leading perspective. But I don't know, man. It's a really interesting one. Looking at the South African scene right now, everything is kind of up in the air, and I'd like to see a good team, kind of come and upset the tournament a little.
Definitely, an upset is always it's not fun for the players, but as a caster, it is always awesome to watch because something that you predicted never happens, which is really incredible to see and watch those younger teams just come through and take a tournament like this. But then again, also you have to look at when you have a tournament like this. It's not just the Prem Div teams playing against the Prem Div teams, or the First Div teams playing against First Div, or Open Div playing against Open Div. It's a mix. So when you have a mix like this, some of the Prem Div teams, or the top tier teams rather, let me say that, tend to forget that there are some Open Div teams that are strong and that can easily take 15 rounds off against a team like Energy, against a team like Bravado, or anything like that.
Well, look, I mean, they've kind of jumped into a 4v4 knife round now because one of the players aren't available as of yet. And looking at it there, the Newelists side, Requiem, they've actually walked away with a knife win here, so it's a good start for them. Just to let you guys know that we are using the kind of ESL veto system here for the nAvTV Sunday series. The rule set is posted on the link that I posted earlier. You can also see the teams that have entered and the brackets as well. Our stream administrator will also just post it during the course of today, so it'll keep you guys informed as to who's where and what. So let's just quickly have a look at the lineup here. Ooh, interesting lineup actually. Sandpit Turtle coming into this team. He was, in my opinion, the MVP for DGC last year. This guy really played a fantastic game. I mean, game after game after game, he was as solid as they come. And I think he's the guy that brings that additional bit of experience into this Requiem side. And I'm very keen now to see how the Requiem team is actually going to, kind of defend off or attack against the damage control team. Yet again, DC now not with that, how do I say, that ideal fifth. But Warhammy still has got a lot of value in his play. So this is very interesting to see. Looking now, we got Devoid, Sligs, Rav, Pandas and Sandpit Turtle now lining up here for the Requiem side, and then we got Hellhound, Explicit, Warhammy, Style, and then Gambit for the DC side. This is going to be cool. Cash, first map. Your predictions? Who's going to take what? Who's going to go where?
Cash, in my opinion, it's one of my favorite maps.
Same.
It's a map that can cause for an upset, like a nuke map or something like that. I think that whoever comes strongest out of the pistol will take a good couple of rounds. I mean, I'd like to see DC take this maybe 16-13, where Newelists give us a good game to watch and take a couple of rounds off of them. But I think this is going to be a DC map. I have seen them play on cash before, and they are a very, very good cash team, especially on the CT side. So, gonna have a look out for that CT side of this map from DC. But yeah, definitely, I think that DC are gonna take this maybe 16-13.
You think it's going to be that close? Look, I'm going to I'm going to opt for more of a 16-6, 16-7 approach in favor for DC here. However, that being said, I think that having that fifth player on the DC side might not actually have such a huge score. Create such a huge score. If it was Nefon, yes, I would say 16-6. However, looking at it, Sandpit Turtle now, the player on the Requiem team, I think that's going to change things up a little bit here. We're going to look at something a little bit more out of the ordinary from Requiem, I believe. It's going to be a case of they're going to... it's difficult to say. Like, they're going to play very unorthodox strats, I think. That's their game. That's the game they've always played. If they continue to play that type of style CS, I think they might be able to catch DC like off guard here.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. I mean, looking at the two lineups, I'm not too sure. I know that if it's still from what I saw, Style is the AWPer, I think,
correct,
for DC.
Yeah.
So we're going to be looking at him to get those picks in mid, and then holding down, maybe going A and getting a quick pick into garage, or just having that mobility and being able to go around the map and get the picks. But then saying that, I'm also looking at nAvTV to not give him that opportunity, to make sure that he stays mid or he stays somewhere, and if he does rotate, pick him off.
Well, look, Styles, I don't know, recently Styles' mid-side positioning has been, like, okay. The last game I did cast was them and Bravado, if I'm not mistaken, and basically the thing is, damage control, kind of lost to Bravado quite quickly there because of this. They played cash actually. Their mid side wasn't that well protected, so Style might play that mid side as expected, maybe from the A side coming down through that connector. But I just don't think that. I don't know. I'll have to wait and see to see if he's got some form with the AWP, because he hasn't had form with the AWP for quite a while now, and I'm talking about a couple of months. Even at DGC he was struggling a little bit there. But another player in DC that really just needs to hopefully get into some way of form is Hellhound. If that guy really gets the form going, oh my word, this is when DC is at their strongest. Is when Hellhound is able to do the entry frags or do the defending just quite comfortably. But that being said, pissed around another way here. Here we go. Requiem starting off as the T side now. We got DC playing off as CTs. Mid side push now from Requiem on the mid side here. A little bit of delay here from Style with the USP. Let's see if he can knock maybe 1 or 2. Ooh, doesn't look like good defense. No, it's not going to work here for Gambit. Requiem have started off with a decent frag there on Gambit now. Now moving towards the A side position. Devoid picking up 1. Style going down. And we do see now the DC guys moving. The Requiem guys now moving into the A side quite comfortably here. Devoid battling it out here with the Tech 9. Such a dangerous gun to use. And it's got the range as well. He picks up 3 there. And an easy, 4. And an easy round here for Requiem, 1-0. So good start for the T side. Let's see if DC will bounce back maybe after the next round.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, just Devoid picking up those 4 kills. T side, Requiem, the side of Requiem, still having all 5 players at the end of that round. So very, very strong start here for Requiem.
Now we're seeing the line approach coming into effect here for Requiem now. We got 2 guys in the mid, one side of 2 guys in A now more so. 2 guys B in 1 mid. The guy in mid side, Pan, is already pushing out there, doing quite well, opening up the vent side, not going in though. This Gambit has got his P250 ready for him. Tries to aim him out, he gets him. There we go. Good start here for DC. as they take down the mid connection for Requiem here. And now that bomb still lurking around the B side area, maybe moving in towards mid. We'll just have to wait and see what they're going to pull out of their sleeves here. Here we go. Little flash play here from Sligs. They've got the guns, they should be able to take out DC, but DC is dangerous. They've got the experience to defend it off. Warhammer here with the ES57. We see Stahl now rotating in for the mid-side position. Smoked up on the entrance here. Here we go, Requiem going in. Oh, Gambit, needs to be careful. He's going to come around the corner, he's going to catch the bomber. And then goes down to Sandpit Turtle. And good trade-off here for DC. Really good anti-eco round. Or, sorry, an anti-buy round more so. Rav, the last one left here. And he's up against Hellhound. Looking very good. He needs to get the bomb down here to give additional finances here for the team. If not, that's going to cause a bit of problems. Hellhound's about to peek that corner. Gets it out of the way and does take him down. So, a very shaky second round there for Requiem. But well played by DC.
Yeah, very well played by DC. I mean, in that armor pistol buy, taking on 4 players of Requiem. I mean, they could have had that round if Hellhound just decided to maybe push up when he heard the bomb was being planted. If he got into a closer quarter with that pistol, he might have been able to get the kill and then get the defuse. Maybe just a bit of a misplay there by Hellhound, but definitely could have taken that round if he got a little bit closer. As we know, close corners with pistols, you're going to get hurt.
Yeah, we're seeing some mid-side action here. Explicit getting the frag on Rav there. And looking at it now, the Requiem side have got that bomb towards the A-side area. Still a bit more mid-side play, but look at Style with the USB knocking down Devoid here. So again, DC jump right back. Warhammer coming in here with the P2000 and Explicit coming in behind him with the AK-47. And wow, what a nice little kind of boxing here. From damage control, we do see Sandpit Turtle picking up 1 here, but he's still got 4 of them to contend with, 2 of them with rifles. And if I'm not mistaken, Warhammer is clever. Well, not Warhammer, but it is going to be Style. Waiting it out there. Picks off Sandpit Turtle, collects himself an AK. So 3 AKs that DC got there. There's the anti-eco that they wanted. They're forcing the eco round on now onto the Requiem team. And well, good comeback.
Very good comeback, and I mean now you see the bank already being built here for the side of DC. 3 players picking up guns. I mean those 3 players, Sal, Hellhound, and Warhammer. I'm sorry, Explicit, Style, and Hellhound, both sitting with 3k, almost all 3 of them sitting with 3k in the bank. So very good start here for damage control, picking up that anti-eco.
Yeah, definitely. Now we see the Tech 9 push here not working out so well here, as Hellhound just rips them apart with Explicit. Panna's the last one left. He tries to get the frag. He does. 2 guns down here for damage control. Is it going to be 3? That's the question. Warhammer at the moment just... Oh, Molly. The incendiary just burning him out there.
Yeah, definitely a very, very good throw there. Very good Molly there. So, you know, now we see DC being able to buy up again and Requiem going for that save again so that the 6th round they can buy again. But I mean, again, another round that should be cleaned up quite quickly here by the side of damage control.
Yeah. Well, let's see if it is going to be another eco round here for the Requiem side, but we might see an eco upset because of the Tech 9. They do cause quite a bit of entertainment when it comes to eco rounds, and let's see if they can do it. These guns are more than capable of upsetting it. Upsetting the flow at least of Counter-Strike here. Here we go, breach play here from Requiem. Warhammer now setting up, he gets himself 1 frag, he can get himself 2, he does so. Out comes the P2000, but not good enough against the Void's AK-47, but gets the burn. Well, the Star that got the burn there, and Explicit as well. Picking up 1 and another nade kill here for Hellhound. Quick round here, damage control take the lead, 3-2.
Yeah, the nades proving to be the biggest help here for the DC side. I mean, already kills that you don't see come often, 2 molly kills already this game, and a nade kill. So now we see the bar coming out from both teams. No AWPs being picked up yet. but definitely some good set play needs to come out here from the side of Requiem. Maybe a pick spread like they did on the first bar round that they had. That seemed to work for them. They got the entries, and unfortunately they couldn't carry it out. But you just need the entries, and then when you flood the sides, 4 players, or if you still have all 5, can't really do much against 2 players holding a side. Or 2 players holding a side can't really do much on 5. And as I say, there are 2 quick kills coming out for Requiem here.
Yeah, nice little counter-attack here from Requiem here on the 6th round. Things are looking pretty good now for them. They've managed to take down 2 CT players. If they get themselves a 3rd, which they do, nice play from Devoid here. And almost avoiding Hellhound. The Hellhound just not quick enough on the trigger. And, well, it's a 2-on-4 at the moment. However, look at the health here. Sandpa Turtle quite low as he goes down. Devoid also just on 2 HP here. So Explicit's going to have to kind of generate some work here. And Hellhound, though, getting the frag there on the low. Devoid. Let's see. It's a 2-on-2 now. Interesting predicament here. Nice play from DC. Oh, this looks so good. Good retake here for them. And that'll increase the lead here. It's the aim there that really just didn't count for Requiem. And it's a bit unfortunate, but hey, it happens. Good start though from Requiem on that round, managing to take 3 quick early kills on the entry after losing 1, but just not good enough.
Definitely, and any damage done is good economical damage. Especially even if you're losing the rounds, as long as you're getting 3 to maybe 4 picks, you're still going to put Requiem is still going to put DC in an uncomfortable position when it comes to maybe if they lose a round, then they're going to have to force bar or maybe save again. So yeah, Requiem are losing these rounds, but they are still doing that economical damage that they need to be doing to maybe force DC into a save when they do pick up a round.
Yeah, look, I mean, one of the particular things I picked up there now was that trade-off right in the beginning there. Actually not so, it's not a good thing for the CT side because a T side loss is regarded as less as a CT side loss, specifically because of the numbers. You can still move around with 4 T side players quite comfortably, like they're doing now at the moment on the rotation here to B side. Let's see if they can get in. Whereas the defense is quite low, but damage control is ready for him. Style picking up 1 there, good. Play there from him, taking down Sligs. We haven't seen Sligs feature much here in the game. Hellhound also picking up another. So good lockdown here from damage control. Style knows that there is one waiting for him there. He gets the pick. And damage control just taking it patiently. Oh, nice little nade there as well from Stylehound. I mean from Hellhound. Stylehound.
Stylehound.
Yeah.
Little combination there.
Yeah, it's a hybrid. Sorry, it's early morning. I don't really cast early in the morning, so. But anyway, yeah.
I mean, like, I'm just looking at these the bars coming out from the side of Requiem now. Like, they're going Tech 9 armor with not that many nades, which on a map like Cash they need. Oh, and Explicit just going to town on the side of Requiem here, getting those 3 kills there. Dal picking up another one, and Gammon picking up the last. But I was trying to say, wow, that was a quick round. Not even enough time for me to say something. But I was going to say that Tech 9 armor buy is very effective if you use it correctly. I mean, rushing into side with Tech 9 armor does a lot of damage.
Yeah. Well, look, the thing is with the eco round as well, the biggest factor that a lot of teams actually mess up on is hesitation. You must not hesitate when it comes to like an eco push like that outside the mid side. You must get out there, check your spots, and just go for it, gung ho. And as I say that, nice little start here for Requiem. Devoid picking up the kill there against Explicit. A couple of mollies and nades going out to that mid side area, kind of flushing them back. So they don't have pure visibility on that mid side area, which could cause a bit of a problem.
Definitely. I mean, the side of Requiem here, like, excuse me, they're buying the nades, but they seem to be spending the nades before they actually want to push into a site, which is kind of hurting them a bit here. I mean, they're doing the fakes and then trying to push into a site with almost no smokes, and that does hurt, especially when you going against a setup team like DC. I mean, you need those smokes there to try and force them out of position and try and get into the sites, and that's one thing that they're not really doing that great. They're relying on their aim.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. DC's also been very known for relying on their aim, and we've seen it time and time again where they can't produce results. But right now, damage control, I don't know. They're not in the right position at the moment. We'll have to see if Stahl can clutch it a bit here. He's got 3 newelist players to take on, who are quite low on the HP. He does do quite a bit of damage there. Although he's low on HP now, he needs to have the quicker finger. He does get one, but he needs to be careful behind him as Rav takes him out through the door. And a good play here from Requiem here, picking up their 3rd round here. However, just whilst we got the quick time here, quick thanks to 8frag for sponsoring the event here with the servers and so forth. This is an 8frag sponsored nAvTV Sunday Cup. And then our personal sponsors, Gigabyte, as you can see, that help us stream better and provide streams for all of you guys throughout many titles. And back to the game here, we do see the double AWP buy now coming into effect. As you said, it wasn't being purchased quite early, but now it's in effect. And Gambit getting the first kill there with it. So just having a look at the setup here quickly. Panda's picking up one now. Oh, he's coming in. He came out into a good position, managing to take out the AWP and his secondary. So that's the A side open now. Now it's the retake that's going to have to matter here for damage control as they move in slowly but surely. Let's see what will happen.
Having something that I just realized here now, on the side of DC, they had the double AWP setup, but they had the double AWP setup in A, that they needed the rifler there to maybe hold the off angle so that the AWPer had time to get back and get into a safer position to get another pick. In that round, we saw Gambit getting picked off purely because he didn't have a rifler covering him. So unfortunately, there, DC losing that round, losing an AWP could have hurt their economy a bit more, but they have strung a good couple of rounds together, so their economy isn't too bad. But definitely that double AWP setup could have worked better for them if they had maybe a rifler there in that A side to cover their backs essentially.
Yeah, look, I mean it's hard to say because they got mid-side cover there with the AWP and then one in A, so that was and one in B. Wait, hold on, was it both in A or both in?
Yeah, they had Gambit holding that mid into there by the ladder, and they had, I think it was Stahl that was holding from the back of A.
I think that was Warhammy. That's the guy that went down.
Was it Warhammy?
Yeah. So okay, no, it was about right, but then Stahl would have been in the mid-side area. But anyway, here we go. Breach play here from Requiem into the B side now. They've opted to go for a different bomb side for a change. 3 AK-47s, no DC guy down as of yet, as we see Gambit coming out with the ES-57, taking down Rav and collecting himself a gun there. So, a good play, I think, from damage control here, managing just to defend it off. They know where the bomb is, and Requiem needs to try and push back and collect that bomb to, maybe get a plant in A side, but A side has been locked down as well, as we can see, with Warhammy playing quite aggressively. Nice little nade there from Explicit. And Sligs, the last one left here for the Requiem side. And he doesn't get the frag on Explicit there, so nice round for damage control, not losing a single gun there and actually collecting a couple more. And 7-4 right now. Good, I think it's kind of either or at the moment. I mean, 7 rounds for CT side, not bad. Generally, most good teams actually perform better as T side on this map, that I've noticed. However, I don't know. DC have not been the best on T side, so this is good for them to see that they've picked up 7 rounds. Here we go, breach play from Requiem. Oh, a lot of spam coming in from Warhammy. Only picks up 1. Gambit now under a lot of fire, but he does well, picking up 2 now, and then coming around or looping around with that ES-57. Oh, picks up another one, and what a good lockdown there from damage control.
Yeah, very good round there from them. I mean, Gambit there proving his worth with the 5 HP, getting those frags as Requiem are rushing into that site. So very well played there by him. And again, we see this Tech 9 and P250. I've noticed every save round it's 4 Tech 9s and a P250. So they're going again. They're opting again for the save buy. With the Tech 9s, see if they can put it to a bit of better use because it hasn't really worked out for them thus far.
Oh, Gambit there has got the support from Explicit, who's still around and spams all over the place. Picks up 3. And Slick's the only one here left with the Tech 9, as you said. Just that hesitation right there, that kind of costs Requiem there, as Style picks up the last kill with the AWP. And 9-4 here for damage control. But yeah, I don't know, you need to be very quick on your feet, and you have to be very, how do I say, you have to breach effectively if you're going to be using the Tech 9. Just, you know, run and gun. That's what that gun is designed for.
Definitely. I mean, like, again, here in mid, they pushed through smoke, but they didn't try smoke or connect or anything like that. So again,
oh
wow. Again, they're not sorry. Again, they trying to push in without any smokes, and it seems to cost them.
Yeah, it's one of those things, unfortunately. If you don't breach your smokes, I don't know, you're not going to get very far.
No.
Well, you could if you got the aim, but if you don't have the aim, don't even bother. Just quickly back to the game now. We see a good kind of setup here from damage control. 2 in the B side, 2 in the A side here. They did lose Gambit though, but with the exchange of 2 of the Requiem players, and now they want to focus this mid side and a little bit towards B. So we might just see a bit of a mid to B push here, but it's going to be very risky. Rav already out. And it looks like DC have actually done a very defensive stance here on the back end. Just quickly looking at defending it through that kind of way, instead of being up front here. So kind of giving in there. Wow! Fantastic little aim shot there from Rav, taking down Warhammy. And now it's a 3-on-3. Dangerous here for damage control. They've got the less HP on their side. And if Style and Explicit go down quick, it's going to be all up to Hellhound to produce the results here. We're going to see an A-side breach coming into effect. Oh. Nice play from Explicit there, just playing the angle. And there is the exchange though from Rav. It's Explicit just topping him again with that 34 HP. He's got Hellhound now. Oh, gets himself an Explicit with the ace. Wow. He actually picks up the ace.
Very well played there by Explicit. I mean, just holding the angles, he had the aim, he knew he had the aim to get the picks, and he just went and he did it. I mean, it's all you can say about that. Like, he just held the angles correctly, waited for them to push, and he got the kills.
Yeah, well, 10-4 at the moment, and we are going into the final round for the half. Damage control at the moment looking in a very good position at the moment. Explicit getting the first entry frag there on towards the B side from mid. That bomb is now sitting towards B, but there might be a rotation in effect here. We do see 4 AK-47s in the hands of Requiem, so they could possibly pull just a additional one off. Nope, looks like Hellhound has got the better aim there. But here we go.
Yeah, definitely. Sorry, definitely. I mean, you have now, we're sitting with a 4v3 situation here, and Requiem really need to get these picks into the site and not get traded. I mean, that's a good shot there by Gambit, and that's getting the picks are the way that you're going to get into the site, and it's just unfortunate that they're not getting these picks.
Yeah, look, it is a bit of an aim problem, but this is where DC, you know, kind of plays to their advantage. I mean, they're a much better aiming side. As we see the half end off there, 11-4. They are much, they're much better of an aiming side than what most teams are actually, compared to, you know, the likes of Energy, Bravado, etc. But they just play towards their aim. They play with their aim also as their strong point, which is not bad, the pick and play type of strat play. But if you're going to be someone like Requiem and have a very similar strat play kind of, or similar idea, you are going to fall short against damage control. That's the problem. So the best way to beat damage control is to outthink them on the strats. That's about as good as it gets.
Yeah, you know, and we see Explicit doing great work here for his team. Like, he's 24 for 8, now 25 for 8, and he's doing a lot of work. So once Requiem get maybe that pick, gets Explicit down, they might have an easier time in defending against the rest of the DC lineup. But I mean, here we see DC again, Hellhound, Gambit, Warhammer, and Explicit doing most of the work in that pistol round with the Tech 9s and the one Tech 9 behind the 4 Glocks. You know, getting the entries into sight, getting that bomb down, and making sure that they hold that bomb site correctly.
Yeah. Well, look, it's a good round there for damage control. You know, now all of a sudden things are in a very difficult predicament here for Requiem, because they've got the guns now. We can see an AK out there, a Galil, and then the Bison. And right now Gambit just making waste of the Requiem team with that Tech 9, but nice little response from Pandas with the S57. So now it's only the rifles left. That'll have to produce the goods. It's a 3-on-3 right now. Here we go. B-side play in effect here for damage control. And Explicit picks up the frag there. Look at Hellhound waiting for the rotation. Does very well by taking down Sligs. And knows that there's another man mid-side. He's going to try and challenge, and he will challenge with the AK. And bang! There we go. 13-4. 2 guns lost there, but not the end of the world, as it was only a submachine gun and a pistol. And it's 13-4 in here for damage control. Well, 3 rounds away from taking this first map. Pretty good.
Yeah, definitely. And as you said, Requiem, unfortunate that they didn't get that pistol round, because they really did need it. And then again, the armor pistol bar after that. They could have done a lot more work, like we saw DC do in the first half, and actually getting the round on the let's call it the eco bar, you know, that second round armor pistol bar. Unfortunately, now that puts Requiem in a little bit of a bad space here. I mean, they're only going to be able to pick up rifles maybe if they force bar after this round, but a full bar, if they wanted a full bar, they could only get that on the 15th round. That's to say, if they don't win this round or the next pistol round. So it's going to put them in a 15-4 game even before, you know, they're able to bar, which is very unfortunate here for Requiem.
Yep, I fully agree with you there. It is a bit of a tough one that they're sitting with now. I mean, we do see now the M4s come out by Requiem and the FAMASs, but I think it's a little too late now. For 14-4, it's really a case of if Requiem are able to defend this off, we might see an additional 2 or 3 rounds come into play. But right now, damage control have got a firm grip on this particular map here. So going into the other maps, they should be able to. Well, I just need to confirm though. It is a best of 3, right? Not a best of 1. But
I think, yeah.
I'll just have to confirm with our tournament admin quickly. I mean, I've kind of come late here. I did look at the rules, but I cleanly forgot. But in any case, back to the round here. Interesting little smoke off now. Oh, look at this. Nice play from Samper Turtle taking down Gambit here. So, is there an exchange from DC? Doesn't look like it, as Pandas walks away with a lot more HP than his opponent. He might be able to pick off one. He does. Warhammer goes down. Being too aggressive there on the mid side. Oh, look at that. Pandas rocking it out on that mid side, taking down 2 players. Here we go. Sligs with another one. And the defense is real here for the Requiem team. So we've got Star left, the last man, and he goes down to Devoid. And hey, 14-5. I mean, it's quite close. 16-6. That's what I kind of predicted.
Yeah, my prediction's kind of, you know, a little bit further down the line. But I mean, here we see that, you know, Requiem just holding strong. Panda's doing a lot of work there in that mid area. You know, getting the pick-offs there, and just making it impossible for the side of DC here to push into a side.
Well, damage control still, they've got AKs in hand, but there is a bit of a kind of like interesting play here from damage control. Oh, look at Gambit there. Yeah, this is all best of 1 actually. This is the only in the knockout stages we'll see best of 3. Yep, no, that's right. Okay, cool. I just had to confirm.
I mean, here, you know, we see here now Requiem, unfortunately, they're falling, not really having the aim, as we've been saying. It's kind of a but here it's his style coming from the back there. Hohan getting one pick, style getting the other. But as we were saying before, it's kind of like a broken record where it seems that Requiem just don't have the aim that DC does, and this is what's costing them.
Yeah. No, it is. It is the aim. It's an aim game on the end of the day. So, just to update you guys here, yeah, best of one in the groups. It's a double elim play there, and then it's best of three in the knockouts, which is single elim there going forward. But right back at you here. 3 FAMAS's purchased now from Requiem. 15-5 here. DC are just really in the control seat here, being able to move ahead quite comfortably by the looks of it here. Maybe we'll see a 6th round here from Requiem, but I just don't think so. But otherwise, good play here from Damage Control. They play to their strengths, which was their aiming, or which is their aiming. Requiem, unfortunately, trying to challenge them on the aiming front, it's not going to work. They need to actually just outstrat them. And maybe Cash is not a map in particular that they're very strong on. I know they are good on Dust too, but here we go. DC with the breach play. Warhammy picking up one, Explicit with the other. Rav and Pandas with the exchange. Pandas coming in with ES 5-7, doing quite well. And now we'll have Style coming in from the back. Ooh, look at this, look at this. Ooh, dirt. No defensive player. Style is the last one left.
Style being... Sorry, they're burning red. Style being the last one left. Now it's a one-on-one, he's getting the bomb plant. But, again, the FAMAS versus the AK. Style's got quite a job here, you could easily fall and take this to the sixth round here for Requiem.
Look at this. Sandpit's just missing Style there. And Style knows where he's sitting now. Oh, does spot him. Sprays him down, and 16-5. DC walk away, and they proceed through to the next one. So very good game there from Damage Control. And a good start for their tournament this afternoon. I mean, what's your final say, particularly on that game? I mean, it's just an aiming fest, really, where DC just had the better aim.
Yeah, definitely. I have to agree with you on that point. I mean, we saw that DC got Requiem to play their game, and that game is the aim game. They didn't. Requiem needed to play their game and not be forced into a game that DC wanted them to play. So basically, they didn't have their set plays on the T side, getting into sides. They generally just tried to take DC on the aim, which is, as we've been saying the whole game, that it wouldn't have worked because DC's aim is superior to Requiem's aim. So basically, the be-all and end-all of that game, in my opinion, is just that Requiem weren't playing their game. They were being forced to play a DC aiming game, which obviously didn't work for them. So I think maybe something to take away from that game for them is just to play their game and not be forced into playing somebody else's game. Do what you're comfortable with.
Yeah, that's the thing. If you go up against Damage Control, you get out-aimed very quickly, and then you start to panic, and then you start to think differently, like, where am I going to, where am I going to be able to, kind of counter this? I mean, thinking from a captain's perspective. The problem there is that you can't really do that. You need to actually just think about it for a second, know that, okay, guys, these guys do have the better aim, but the only way that we're going to be able to actually counter them is to actually smoke them out and ensure that they don't aim us, aim on us. The only way you can do that is through smoke grenades or flashing them out, or at least doing some proper strat play against a team like DC. Now, I've seen it happen before in the past where guys that, take on Damage Control don't have the best aim, but the strat play is there. That is what matters the most. They've got the areas, how do I say, they don't sit in predictable areas. They kind of sit in areas that are like very unpredictable. Like you wouldn't expect a guy to sit there when it comes to defending, for instance, the B bomb site. And that's what catches the DC guys, because the DC guys, they'll walk in, they'll pre-aim or they'll pre-shoot the predicted spots, and no one's there. And then they're going to have to turn around and try and kind of challenge. Where you've got a team that actually does that, where they don't sit in the predictable areas, they've got the upper hand against a team like DC, because DC they're slowly but surely starting to adjust their gameplay, in my opinion, where they're getting to a level now that strats are becoming more important for them. And I think that going through the seasons now, come DGC or come the finals, etc., by the end of the year, these guys are going to be able to produce a total different gameplay like what they did last year. But that's much more, you know, that's the thing. It's hard to say. I mean, I don't know. I mean, at the moment, good game there for damage control. Requiem, they're going to have to go relook at the strats that they played or executed. They're going to have to relook at their mindsets and their psychology behind it, or their, how do I say, like their thinking patterns. They don't want to be able to react. They want to be, what's the right word? Because you get reaction and then you get being proactive, basically. They need to be proactive in their CS. They need to know, look, if this happens, we need to do this. We need to counter. So, I think, look, I think it's a case of just, they need to just think about their overall gameplay going forward, because they're gonna come up against some tough opposition, and then once once they've got they got the basics running again, I think they'll do good. I think they'll be able to get into the knockout stages and they'll be able to perform.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, as long as they start just playing their game and getting their set plays and making sure that they are outthinking, not necessarily out-aiming, because you can outthink a team and beat them, not necessarily by having the best aim. You know, as you said, sitting in the off angles, making sure that your rotations happen quickly and effectively, and all of the, going back to the bare basics of CSGO. That's what they need to be doing, and not trying to play an over-exaggerated game which is maybe not to their strengths. For example, like playing excessive strats, making plays that you can't really follow through with, and all of that stuff. You know, they just need to be thinking, let's go back to the basics of CS, aim for the heads, get the smokes down, and make sure that we're covering the off angles.
Yeah. Well, just to give you guys a quick update on the latest results, we see Zero Effect beating So Much Penguin, or SMP, earlier. They're 1-0. They've gone through now. Flip side, they're busy taking on Death Note at the moment, so they'll probably walk away with the victory there. Then it will be a DC flip side best of one, which I'm very keen to cast. However, there are other games out there. I mean, there's Energy and Bravado also in the second round that will be taking on each other. So that's also a game that we don't want to miss. But I don't know. I mean, you know, the next set of rounds is due to probably start in the next couple of minutes. So, guys, we're gonna take just a quick break, and then from there on, we'll be back probably in about 5 to 10 minutes. I'd probably say.
Yeah, sounds like good.
Cool. All right, we'll see you guys now.
Only the worthy could wield its power. The power of Horus. Less than an inch. Dual graphics GTX 860M. Exclusive thermal technology. Surround vision. Immersive sound. Enhanced macro engine. It's time. You are the chosen one. New mission directive received. Target hostile position. Destination approaching. When you make a choice, you change the future. Let's begin. GTX SLI Gaming Laptop X7. Horus.
If it's silent in dismay, it won't break this feeling down. If I conquer this my way, I'd devour, I'd surround. If it hurts you just a little, then it heals you when it's done. Disappointment is the anchor, resolution is the sun. If it's silent in dismay, it won't break this feeling down. If I conquer this my way, I'd devour, I'd surround. If it hurts you just a little, then it heals you when it's done. Disappointment is the anchor, resolution is the sun.
The feeling start. I built a wall around my heart, but you're breaking it down. It falls to the ground, 'cause I had lost what you just found. The noise all around, I'm drowning it out, like we're the only ones in the crowd. 'Cause you save me now, save me now, save me now, save me now, save me now. Save me now. the feeling start. I put a wall around my heart, but you're breaking it down. It falls to the ground, 'cause I had lost what you just found. The noise all around, I'm drowning it out, like we're the only ones in the crowd. 'Cause you save me now, save me now, save me now, save me now, save me now.
I just want you. I just want you. The words I never said but wanted to. I'm losing you. I'm losing you. Oh, but these thoughts won't let you go. They keep running back to you. Whoa. Can't look the other way.
I'm chasing starlight to find it's died away. Breathe it in. It's just